Hey, I'm Kathy Inman-Behrens. I taught in the college writing program for 9 years, and I was appointed to USC's Center for Excellence in Teaching, where I'm now a distinguished fellow. Now I'm at Annenberg, and I'm teaching a class this fall called Face-to-Face in the New Media Classroom. I've been receiving emails from students asking about this class, so I decided to make a video to give you an overview. It's a little bit unusual in a couple of ways. The first way in which it's unusual is I'd like you to bring your devices to class. Your smartphone, your laptop, your tablet, all of the above. Bring them, open your browsers, work with whatever platforms you'd like to work with, and we'll talk a bit about attention and distraction and how to multitask. It doesn't make sense in our world anymore to insist that devices be off or left someplace else. We're networked, and we have to learn how to work within this new networked world. Another way in which this class is different is that we meet online 65% of the time, and 35% of the time we'll be meeting in class at Annenberg, we'll be meeting in a lab, we'll be going around campus, we'll be going to LACMA, we'll be doing Visions and Voices, we'll be looking at street art. So it's sort of FaceTime plus plus. The premise here is that so much of what we do in the classroom can be done online, and in fact very robustly. So the platform that I've chosen for us to use is called Blackboard Collaborate, and it's a wonderful way in which to meet online. You can do many, many things there that you can't do in an ordinary face-to-face classroom. Another way in which this class is different is that I valorize do-it-yourself culture. I have a PhD in literature from Berkeley, and everything I've learned about digital media, I've learned by watching YouTube videos and sitting in front of a computer and playing with it. I think that the notion of hard play and hard fun is crucial to how people learn. In other words, you should learn how to play with things and break them, and then go back in and figure out why it's not working. So that concept is going to animate a lot of what we do, whether it's in advanced social media platforms like Twitter and Skype and Jing, and well, Jing is a screen share, but blogging with WordPress, or whether we're actually doing things like Photoshop, which we'll do, and iMovie, which we'll do, and even at the end of the semester we'll look at a little bit of code. I thought we'd use some CSS to modify WordPress blogs. Now if you're hearing all this and you're thinking, wow, that's just way too technical for me, it's really, really not. It's really incredibly easy to do, and you gotta trust me on this. Like, it's not like anybody said, wow, I really need a programmer. I know, I'll call Kathy Behrens. No. In fact, I would say that having to learn everything on my own grew my confidence in a way that I wouldn't have thought possible. You too can have this experience, and more importantly, you can learn how to learn from others. I would say that the experience of being face-to-face in collaboration was one of the most eye-opening pedagogical experiences of my life, because when you're working with people collaboratively on a hard project, you're watching those experts, the people who are better at it than you. You're watching them with a different kind of attention than you would watching something you'll never do. For example, I will never leap off buildings. I'm not into parkour. So when I watch that on YouTube, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. But when I was watching my friend Jeanette find a jQuery mobile plugin a few weeks ago, and we were hunting through the code to find it, and then the little animated pin on the Google map worked, wow, it was really, really fun. And that kind of learning you can have too. So the class is going to be a really interesting combination of conceptual work where we think about how different platforms offer unique kinds of storytelling opportunities and knowledge building opportunities, and actually how we build stuff. We're going to use our hands and kind of make stuff. We're also going to collaborate on a group project that I think that our friends at the IML are going to help get shown around campus someplace. So we're going to build individual projects, we're going to build collaborative projects, and most importantly, we're going to think about what those different storytelling platforms and communications platforms yield. We're going to look also at some commercial campaigns. We're going to think about how brands tell a story about themselves and how they deal with damage control when they need to. There was a recent example where Urban Outfitters was accused of stealing independent designers' stuff, and it was just hemorrhaging on Twitter. And over the course of 36 hours, it was unbelievably interesting to watch. And so we'll look at that test case, and there are a few others that we'll look at. So we're going to be looking at different platforms. We're going to be working with different tools. We're going to be collaborating and working individually. And you, my friend, will have lots and lots of access to me. Those of you who are already following me on Twitter know that I'm available a fair amount. And when I'm on campus with you, I'm pretty much going to be living at the Innovation Lab. So I told Wendy Chapman that I'm bringing my sleeping bag. So I'm going to be around all the time and able to work with you and hang out with you, talk with you, show you stuff, learn from you, and generally think a little bit about what it means to be making communication strategy and communications artifacts in this exciting networked moment. The class is face-to-face in the New Media Classroom. It's COMM 499. There's room if you want to jump in and try the water, and I invite you to do so. Thanks.